First and foremost, an entrepreneurial woman needs to be committed. And if you're an entrepreneur watching, you've likely seen the life of an entrepreneur chart, where some days you are on a high because you just did the greatest thing that resulted in the best result you could ever ask for. And then the next day you're questioning why in the heck you're doing this and why, I messed up, I'm not good enough, all those self-worth issues that sometimes bubble up. And so staying committed to your goal, that belief in yourself is so important, because you're going to have a lot of those days and you just have to, kind of breathe deeply, like my friend Ann Mennick, Essential Ann would say.
Oh yeah.
And just recalibrate and just know that you're not going to let anything dull your shine. That's another thing a mantra I've always said. There's been times when it might be something someone says, or maybe you made a mistake, but I'm not going to let anything dull my shine, because I have something that I believe strongly in. I believe strongly in myself, and I know it serves so many people, and I don't want to stop, doing what I know is going to serve people. So that commitment's really important. Being a woman of your word so they're not so much skills, because as you scale in your entrepreneurship and your business, you're going to be depending on other people to be exhibiting those skills. You don't have to have all the skills. You have to have a vision, a belief, commitment, be a woman of your word, and desire to serve others. That's what creates a successful business for an entrepreneurial woman.
And I think a little bit of resilience, right?
Absolutely. Well, that's the
up and down the roller coaster.
Having to dust yourself off and just know, look,
another round.
I'm going to keep going.
Another round. But this is the beauty of being an entrepreneur as well. Yeah.
It's fun.
Absolutely.
It's fun.
You're so right.
It definitely builds you as a human being.
Yeah.
And this also, is a great example for your family. I started doing this business when my kids were young. And even though I felt that sometimes, I wasn't as present as I would have liked to be, I get signs and signals from them every day. They're all in their 20s now, that show me that I was a great example to my boys, and that they learned from me about how to be resilient, how to stand behind your word, how to stick with things, even if it seems hard. And so I couldn't be more grateful to have taken this entrepreneurial journey, personally as well as professionally.
Do you think that the fails are as equally important as the wins?
Oh, absolutely. That goes back to the Theodore Roosevelt quote that my dad sent me about, it's not about the critic. It's not the critic who counts. Yeah. It's the woman. It actually said the man, but I say the woman in the arena. And that even if you fail, you tried, and those failures teach you something every single time. So that's a mindset that's really important as an entrepreneur, is to, not kick yourself when you're down or when something didn't go right. Dust yourself off. Know that, figure out, what did I learn from this situation, and try again. And that was thanks to my dad, that quote that he sent me with my rent check back in my early 20s.
Do you remember a situation or a time when you had to pivot, besides changing lanes and saying, like, I'm stepping in more as a mother, just from recent years, where you say, I learned a lot, this was a fail kind of, which I turned into a win or into a new strategy, new vision?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I did that we all did in 2020, right?
Yeah.
I went immediately. I didn't hesitate. I knew that we still needed to have women together.
Yeah.
And I went right into the virtuals without hesitation. I started to use the online Zoom as a platform for women to grace the Heartling stage, through those live stream Zooms that I was doing. It also happens, probably on the weekly. I mean, we're all making decisions every single day. They can't all be good ones, right? So I'm pivoting on a weekly basis. In fact, it just happened the other day. I think another really important skill for entrepreneurs is to be a really great listener.
Yeah.
And to not get offended, but instead think, okay, what could I do that could have made that different? And that just happened recently. It was just this very small, minor thing. But I took that feedback and I thought to myself, how would I do that differently in the future? And so these things are, I think, probably a day-to-day, some weeks, for most entrepreneurs to do a little pivoting or shifting based on your experiences.
Do you have rituals? Because this was part of the question as well. Do you have special rituals which help you to define your new strategy on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, you name it? But are there rituals and habits which really help you?
For me, prayer is one of those. I actually have a routine. It's a newer one that I'm super consistent with, and that's not touching my phone first thing in the morning, like I have done for years, checking on what's happening today. I take a walk, take a breath of fresh air, many breaths of fresh air. I could breathe more deeply. And at the end of my walk, I have a beautiful view where I live right now on the rooftop. And so I go to a certain spot and I pray. And I ask for wisdom and guidance and good decision making and opportunities where I can help more people. That's one ritual. The other ritual is just seeking support from my advisors, because as an entrepreneur, you can't do things in a silo. You can only grow and scale when you bring your trusted confidants in, like you are, for me. And I think that it's really important when you feel that maybe you need to shift, that you tap into someone else's wisdom.